Hello, it's April here from the VBAC school, and you'll have to bear with me because I do have some little people with me this morning. More to help and aid the video. This is Rory. My kids love to come on videos, and this is Finley. So one of the things that I've heard recently, especially when it comes to preparing for VBAC, hello darling, is that you don't have enough time. Finley's face in the background, is that you don't have enough time, particularly if you're doing hypnobirthing. How do you have time to be able to do all your practice, to really practice your breathing, practice your relaxation, do all of your research? And one thing I will say is that VBAC is a mindset, and you don't necessarily need a lot of time to prepare for your VBAC. As you can see, I juggle quite a lot in my life, and I've got 3 children. And when I prepared for my VBAC after 2 cesareans, I was probably only practicing about 10 minutes a day. I used to just get up in the morning and I used to go downstairs away from my children, unlike I am now. And I just used to practice some visualization. So I would visualize the birth I wanted, and I visualized a 4-hour birth, and let me tell you, I got a 4-hour birth. And I used to just do some light breathing practice, and then when my son went for a nap, I'd do a quick little bit of journaling, or I'd do some journaling in the evenings. I will say that my practice was very hit and miss, and there were some days when I didn't get to really work on everything that I wanted to, and I was really worried how that was going to affect my chances to have a VBAC. But now I'm on the other side, I realised that the intention to practice and just being able to make sure that you practice the majority of the time, and that you are spending time doing that research, getting yourself into your mindset and surrounding yourself with positivity is all that you need, really. You don't need to be spending hours a day. I used to listen to hypnotherapy tracks as I went to sleep, but to be honest, sometimes they'd annoy me because I'd have to try and leave headphones in, or it would just keep me awake. So I was probably listening to them about 3 times a week. Now, I still had an amazing and incredible birth experience, and I think it's really important to point that out, because for mamas who are going for a VBAC, you have normally got children already, you're working, you're looking after the home. As women, we do so much, but you don't need to be spending hours and hours and hours on your preparation, just 10 minutes a day, because it's the continued effect that starts to embed in your brain, and it embeds on a really subconscious level. Even up to the day that I gave birth, I still had doubts, and that's normal, and that is okay. It doesn't mean that you're not going to achieve the birth that you want. So I just really wanted to share that this morning, because I've seen it written a couple of times, and I saw it written recently in one of the groups that I'm part of, and I just wanted to offer some reassurance and to offer some personal experience that yes, you still can have a VBAC, and you still can have the birth that you want, even if you've only got minimal time to prepare. And that goes as well, if you haven't got time to go to any classes, or you haven't got time to do like some exercise or go to yoga. You can do all just little bits as and when you can. Just grab those moments at home. I just used to do some stretches at home with my boys, normally on the yoga mat. It was quite funny. And when we were practicing with the rebozo, my husband would also have to practice with them as well to help. Rebozo is a Mexican scarf, and we used some exercises to help move my baby into the perfect position. And yeah, so you don't need a lot of time at all. It's very different from when you're preparing for birth with your first baby, and it can seem a lot more overwhelming when you start looking at all of the things that you can be doing to get yourself in the best shape and give yourself the best chance of having the birth that you want. But honestly, just 10 minutes a day, 4 times a week sometimes, that's all I had time for. I have a child that wakes up at 5 a.m. and he still wakes up at 5 a.m. now, and that was just my life. So don't worry, don't stress, do what you can, be creative, and know that it's more about just being in the positive mindset and the little steps forward. And if you do have doubts, that's okay, you are totally human. It's inbred in all of us, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a positive birth experience or have your VBAC. So I wanted to share that with you this morning. I am going to get back to writing my newsletter and sharing it with you. My son, he actually looks like my brother, which is really, really strange. And yeah, I've got to get this one to school as well. So have a lovely day, guys. Oh, there's a disaster as well. Have a lovely day, guys, and I will be back again with some nuggets of wisdom soon. Bye.